Welcome to the Work-Life Balance Podcast. I am Kara.
And I am Maggie.
Together, we're a power real estate team with the Bajetti Partners in Nashville.
We believe that the hustle culture of today's driven entrepreneur who lives and works in Middle Tennessee requires balance. Insurance should never be a hurdle when purchasing a home. It's one of the most important purchases of your life and should be handled with proper care.
Whether that be your first home purchase or the next addition to your portfolio. Reach out to the Sally Insurance Agency with Shelter Insurance for a free consultation so you are confident that you are protected when it matters the most.
Call Shay and Sally at 865-671-6451. Today we have Danielle Johnson with us with Our Spare Change.
Welcome.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming on.
Yeah.
We're excited to learn more about you and your business and how you balance work and life, because I know you have so much going on. So just tell us a little bit about your background with Our Spare Change and what it is.
Yeah, so about 8 years ago, my sister and I started a jewelry business. We went to college together in Charleston, South Carolina. Which was so fun. But we originally started hammering coins and writing people's words that they wanted on them for kind of like a memento of a vacation they went on or a story or a place. And we started getting all these reasons why they wanted this specific word on their coin jewelry. And so we thought it would be so cool to open up our platform to have people share why they wanted these specific words on their necklaces. Because before, we were selling and we were like, oh, okay, maybe they want, brave, strong, all the buzzwords that you would give in a normal setting. And when they started kind of giving it back to us as to why, like I would get emails of these novels of like, my mom is so strong. She's endured all of this through her life, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to gift it to her. And I think there was like this mini light bulb that went off on my sister and I's head that was like, oh, this is what this is about. And this will now guide our whole company. So in that moment, probably like 6 months after we launched the company, we had like a little attic in our apartment. And so I would hammer out all the coins and hammer out with like little metal stamps, put the words in them, and then we'd have people pick them up or we'd ship them out. And it started growing. And then at that point, when we opened up the story platform, it felt like this is what our entire company is going to be about. And maybe our passion isn't in selling jewelry, but it's, like telling people stories, because we believe stories can totally change the world.
Right.
And so from there, now we have 8 employees that are in a workshop in San Clemente. 5 of which hand make the jewelry, and then 3, and then other one part-time are working on marketing and sales. And so we have this little workshop now, and we have events, and we have like completely expanded upon the story platform into now we have community events locally, and we have someone on our team that is actually the storyteller. So she is responsible for responding to everyone's stories on our site. And then on the design side, we've expanded to all different types of actual gold fill jewelry to pair with your jewelry that tells a story.
I love
so
it.
That's pretty special.
That's kind of where we're at. We're 8 years later. Yeah.
That's amazing.
But we always say when we just sell jewelry, we're doing it all wrong. So we kind of check ourselves over and over about that.
But it's almost like you found your purpose with it, just kind of non-expecting, right?
Totally.
That's amazing. Yeah, because it's like somebody's got to tell a story.
Yeah.
And so I have to I'm trying to visualize, so like a coin, like just a coin, like a penny?
A coin. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we would just hammer it down.
Okay, you're hammering it down. Yeah. You're writing.
Yeah.
Like
we would hammer it like engrave. Like when that engraving just like blew up, 10 years ago?
Yeah.
we kind of like hopped on the train while that was happening.
Okay.
I will say now we have actually, we don't sell any coin jewelry now just because design wise, I don't really want to wear coin jewelry. So we've expanded to now like gold fill options. Like right now I'm wearing a gold fill cuff that has one of my daughter's names on it.
I
engraved.
love it.
So we have all different engraved options now that are pretty.
And you make
but yeah, we did start with coins.
In-house. You guys
I have a team now that makes, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Yeah. So we actually solder all of our earrings out of raw materials, and hammer down all of we have a rolling mill. We have a full workshop.
That's amazing.
That does all of it. So it's really fun.
How did you guys know to scale the business, or was there just like a turning point, like, okay, we can't do this on our own anymore?
Yeah, I would say my sister and I run it. So we had been juggling like 2 to 3 jobs both in college as we started this. So I think in the beginning our capacity just got really high for workload. And because we cared so much about it, it was just like it was like, okay, if it's Christmas and our orders suddenly peak, like we just get it done. And we've slept at the office. We've, countless days of us just being like, we got it, let's make it work. Like people have to have their orders.
Yeah.
And I think there came a breaking point, a few years ago, actually 2020, our e-commerce like boomed and we hired 6 employees that year.
Wow.
It was like, this is a disservice to the whole company if we don't hire someone. And I think just as like a founder and a creative, like I had always been like, no one can do it, like,
yeah,
I'm the only one because I learned how to do it myself.
I get it.
Oh yeah, exactly. And you're like, me training someone like is going to take forever and they're going to make all these mistakes and the whole thing's just going to bust. And my sister just kept being like, she is 100% sales and marketing, and I oversee all operations, all design. So we're very, very split in our roles with the company. So when she would push sales, it was like a direct, like, I was just dying. I was like, no more sales, no more sales. And so I think when I started to like get that mindset, I was like, Danielle, you have to hire someone. Like, it's selfish for you to think that you can do this all on your own. And sure enough, we hired someone and they were better than I was. Like, I was like, great, this is perfect, So I think
how did you market it?
Oh, go ahead.
Was it beyond word of mouth? How did it grow so quickly, especially in 2020 when, I guess online shopping became really popular because we were all home, right?
Yeah.
So how did you...
For sure.
Yeah. Is that how you marketed it, with social media and just you wearing your own jewelry,
yeah.
I guess?
Yeah. So from the beginning, we've been like on social media, and I feel like that's been a big attribute of our success. In 2020, though, we did shift to ads. We started marketing on Facebook, and we started exploring different options for us. So Facebook was definitely one of them. And I would say that probably single-handedly was like the reason why, and among other reasons of like people are buying online a lot, but that like launched our company.
Okay.
And it was just like our first go around. Like I remember sitting in March of 2020 and my sister and I were on the phone, like our sales are like, we are just making ends meet. Like what do you want to do? Do you want to pursue another career? Like this might be the end. And I felt like we were both just like, let's just risk everything and just try something new because we're just going to go out with a bang if we do this. And sure enough, like my sister's a bulldozer and she just like learned the back end of everything sales, everything marketing. Like she's like, we're going to do it. And I was like, great, let's do it. Let's go out hard. And we just put like everything we had into our like marketing. And sure enough, like the next month we were like, we have to hire like 2 to 3 people.
Incredible.
That's crazy that it happened in a month though. Like that's very quick for you to only spend a month like really honing in on, okay, this is what we need to focus on. And then actually seeing results that quickly. That's crazy, but awesome.
It was crazy. yeah, I mean, like the whole rest of our company, like years before, it was like so slow and steady. So that it was definitely like, oh my gosh, wow, okay, this is what we're doing, you know, and then like evolving and growing with the growth of sales.
Yeah. So you guys have a really big social media following right now. How does that help your business as of now? Like, do you still do the Facebook ads, or are you strictly just social media now?
We have stayed with Facebook ads since 2020.
Okay.
Yeah. So I would say that a lot of our following has probably trickled from that as well.
So
but yeah, I would say our social media.
You don't have a storefront, a brick and mortar, do you?
No, we don't. We actually just purchased a building this last we closed escrow in January.
That's exciting.
Congratulations.
So, yeah, thank you. So we'll have it feels like the right step. Like we're paying rent, you know, to this place, and we are outgrowing it, and we were looking at the rent in other locations, and we're like, we're going to be paying the same amount. Let's like actually invest in it and pay a mortgage.
Oh, for sure.
So we're doing that. And then in the front, we'll finally open up a little retail, but most of our sales are online.
Okay. That's what I was going to ask you too, is are you going to move like your entire workshop over there and have it be like half store and half production, or is it just going to be a store?
It's going to be both. Okay. Yeah. So you'll be able to come in for, I don't know if you've heard about permanent jewelry.
I have. I've always wanted to do it. Yeah. It seems awesome.
Yeah, and we guys have to fly out and come do it.
Okay. We would love to.
I'm trying to stay away from California these days. Once you get out here, it's hard to go in that direction.
I hope you move back this way soon. I don't know if you want to.
Oh, I know.
But
it's tempting sometimes.
I know.
We talk about it all the time.
It's amazing out here. It's just a different culture. But
it's just different culture. But we'll buy your jewelry. I mean, there's a few mom and pop jewelry stores I love to go to. But I think like I kind of just want to circle back to, I feel like almost 2020, you know, it was such a shitty year for everybody else, but it probably was super to your advantage because everybody was online shopping. So that's probably what you can attribute most of your success was everybody was home in their jammies going, what should I buy today?
Yeah.
And then they fell in love with your product. And then wildfire, right?
Hey, I'm wearing it.
You are?
Yeah.
I am.
Where's mine?
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
I
have to buy some.
I love that.
At the end of our podcast,
we'll send you something.
Yeah, we'll tag you and do it so people can shop from our website too.
Oh, that'd
be cool. Yeah. So Maggie tells me, and she showed your cute little Instagram, you have some adorable children. And so obviously work-life balance, you know, we're trying to figure it out. And that's like the question we have for everybody that comes on because
$1 million question.
It's the $1 million question. Yeah. So how do you do it with the husband and the kids and being a badass bitch and all the stuff that comes with it?
Honestly, do I? I don't know. I feel like we're always like, am I doing this right? We'll see.
We'll see.
I think that what I've had to learn to do is really like check out after work, even though you own the company and you really can't. Like you have to make like boundaries for yourself. Like when I'm with my kids, I'm like, when 2020 happened and we all like had to be doing something, like my kids were screaming and I was working and fulfilling orders. I feel like now I at least have the separation of like, I can go home and be with the kids. And to me, it's all about like, I'm going to give my kids an hour of my time without even looking at an email, without looking at my phone, and really like compartmentalizing my brain in those moments, whether I'm just saying like, hey, I'll call you in 30 minutes. Like I'm just with my daughters right now. That's really, really, really helpful for me. And it's taken a long time for me to get there, but I'm like, I just felt like I was doing nothing full throttle. Like I was just doing nothing right over and over because I was just fully in both of them at the same time. And so, yeah, I feel like just like really learning how to tune out the other side. Yeah. When I'm at work, I try not to look at their school stuff unless it's an emergency. When I'm at home, I really want to be with them.
I love that. Like being fully present. which is like,
Yeah.
we're all kind of on a hamster wheel trying to do it all, and something always fails. So that's a great
Right.
piece of advice. Like if you can just say, like we talk about time blocking, and that's exactly what you're doing. Like giving yourself an hour. I'm not even going to check my email or my phone, because the second we do, we're down the rabbit hole.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
and then it's like, now it's 2 hours later doing home emails. And then, so kids don't get it. So I love that.
Sure.
That's a great piece of advice.
Yeah.
So did you have your kids which I know how old they are, but did you have them when you were going like full throttle in the business, just you guys, and that's when you had to learn that? Or was that something that kind of came later when you already had people?
So it was already kind of full throttle. Well, enough for just like when Hillary and I were just doing it, like I was fully responsible for all the orders. So it was 2019. So like 6 months before, COVID, I had Lennon, and I actually had a full-time job at the time, and I would come home and hammer and do all this stuff to get the orders out. And so I had to decide in that moment, like, I have my daughter now, I have my full-time job, and I have my passion and my baby outside of this that's like has been with me for how many years. And I was just like getting home at 7 from my full-time job, and then hammering and doing everything until 10, and then waking up at 3 to feed Lennon, and it was just too much. So I decided to quit my full-time job and go fully with Our Spare Change. But yeah, I mean, before I had her, I was having to like prepare in different ways with the business than I ever had. Like we are make to order business where we create custom as the order comes in. And I had to prep a full line of things that had already had inventory on them for, like a full month for me to actually have a second with Lennon. So I think I just decided to quit my job and just really go for it. And then the other thing was like prepping so that I can have at least 2 weeks with just her and not have to worry about it as much.
That's awesome. Yeah. And I love that you guys do that. Like everything's handmade. So it really does give you that personal touch. What does the process look like for you from when you get an order to when it goes out? So like as soon as you get it, you guys are fulfilling it, or do you put it like on a back burner just depending on how many you have, or how does that look?
Yeah. So right now we have a 3 to 4 business day processing time. It used to be 4 to 7, but we're like learning to like do it quicker and quicker. So we usually have we'll usually be working on like Thursday and Friday orders that next Monday. And then, I mean, Ops has like a full schedule of when they need to like put product into the shipping office and the warehouse and make sure that the shipper has to fulfill the labels on time and get the orders out by that end of day. So it's definitely a seasonal business. Like over Christmas, we hire like 6 seasonals. So we'll prep them 2 weeks before all the like massive orders start coming through. And then we have wholesale accounts and different things. So it's definitely an ebbing and flowing, and something that we've learned is like not hiring as soon as you find growth. Like we used to hire all these people for Christmas, and then like there was 1 year where after that it was like, oh, okay, wait, no, this is our average order. It comes January, February, and then it spikes again crazy for Mother's Day.
Oh.
So now we definitely have we hire for Mother's Day is our like second biggest holiday, and then Christmas is our first. So we'll hire starting like April 1st. We'll have like 4 new seasonals to be trained up and ready to like
now
ship out.
Is that hard to find qualified people that actually know what they're doing and stick around for? I mean, nobody wants to work anymore.
I know.
It's hard to find quality people. I know. Yeah, and that you can trust.
Yeah, it's definitely hard. But I would rather someone not know anything about jewelry and just have like a really hardworking attitude. Like we can teach them everything that they need to know. They're really touching the end of the process and not the beginning. It's better that than someone coming in and be like, hey, I worked in jewelry for 4 years. I know how to do everything. Like you just want someone that's teachable. And we hire part-time employees. So they'll be in like 3 days a week. And so it's actually like a really fun opportunity for them. And And now I guess we have like a decent amount of overflow from the seasons of people that have applied that then want to come back for the next season.
Good.
And yeah, it's people that maybe like are working, you know, part to full time somewhere else, but they just have extra room in their schedule and they want to be around. We're all women here, and they like, it's a really fun culture. So a lot of them are friends of friends, or they just like maybe have someone at home and they want to get away from the kid for 2 days or whatever that is. So it's not too hard, but you start like sifting through them through the seasons, and then we all have people like, oh my gosh, can we have her back? Can you ask her? Could she come back to work?
That's funny though. I mean, I think that is a good thing to look for though, just people that are teachable rather than just come in here and have the knowledge already and they're like, well, I know how to do it, because then it's not living up to what you guys want just because they have experience from other jobs. But I mean, that 3 to 4 business day turnaround seems so quick, because I mean, just looking at the one I have on, this seems like it takes some effing work.
Hearts?
Yeah, I got the little sweetheart chain. They're
so
like
cute.
little
Cute.
hearts chained together. That just seems like it would take me a year to do this. Okay.
Yeah.
That would not be easy. So that's amazing that you guys really have that quick turnaround time.
That's really cute.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it's fun.
It's affordable too, and that's what I love. It's not unattainable for people to go to your website. I feel like a lot of the things that you find on Instagram and these others, like you'll click on their website, go to shop, and then it's like, oh wait, $150 for a necklace? Like that's crazy. But yours is really affordable and it's great quality. I'll let you talk about the quality of your jewelry, but from what I've read, you guys use 14 karat gold so it doesn't tarnish and other things like that to keep it high quality.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely something we care about, is like making affordable jewelry that is lasting and timeless. And that's something from the beginning that I've always been like, can we price it higher? La, la, la. Because I was seeing all these other jewelry companies sell gold plated jewelry, which is basically just like someone dipping it in gold and pulling it out, and then like you're assuming it will never fall off and be gold all the time. Selling it for like $100. And I'm like, what the heck? Like this is ridiculous. And people, because they see the price, they assume it has value. So something that we've been really trying to do is create affordable 14 karat gold filled, which is basically it's a 100% thicker layer of gold than a gold plated, and it's bonded to a brass core with heat and pressure. Okay. So it's the closest thing you will get to an actual gold piece of jewelry.
It doesn't turn your skin green.
Everything, yes.
It will never turn your skin green. You can swim, sweat, shower. I am someone that honestly doesn't take their jewelry off ever. It's kind of gross. Like, I'm like, this needs to be like sanitized or something.
Yeah, but I mean, you live right there on the beach. So, I mean, I see on your Instagram and stuff all the time, you take your kiddos out there and all of like the social media that you guys do. It's all like by the water. And I think that's great, because a lot of people really do have to focus on, oh, I got to take this off or else it's going to turn my skin green. That's definitely not a problem you want to have.
Yes.
That's so gross.
Yeah.
Or when you take your earrings off and you have like a green circle, you're like, ugh, it's
all over.
You just get itchy.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, and start getting infected.
No good.
Yeah, don't want to worry about that.
You're definitely a beach gal though. So you live in California, you grew up in California, right? But you went to Charleston.
Yeah, I went to Charleston because I wanted to go 100% like out of my city, but still be on the beach. So I just picked the farthest possible spot on the other side of the country on the water. Yeah, it was so fun. Charles, I mean, I brought a Southern man back. Like, I love the South. I love everything about the South. Yeah. Maybe we'll be back one day.
Yeah, you should.
Well, come visit anytime.
Yeah. And that's how is that how you met Kyle? Yeah. I don't even know that story.
Actually, Kyle, you know how he went to Wingate?
Yeah.
He went to, so his roommate freshman year is from Orange County, and he married my older sister, Hillary, that I do the business with.
Okay.
So,
small world.
Yeah, his roommate was always like this, like, this girl, Hillary, like, I'm going to come see her in Charleston. I'm going to come out and see you, Kyle. And like, let's go drive down to see Hillary. And so I met Kyle, like, my freshman year of college, because I was like, who's this guy that's with Connor? Like, what is going on? And then 3 years later, they ended up getting, like, married. And they were like, can you guys date? And then Kyle just, like, drove down to be on a date, and the rest is history.
Oh, that's so
fun.
sweet.
So the guys are best friends, and you guys are sisters. That's super cool.
Yeah, it's honestly, like, annoying. You're like, okay, they, like, need to calm down. They're like obsessed with each other.
I bet it makes it easy for the kids. It definitely makes the work-life balance happen easier if everybody's so connected and it's like a little community.
That's so great. So how can
Maggie's not on there.
How can we help promote your business and get your name out there even farther to help you scale and grow even bigger? Is there any way we can help you with that?
Oh, that's sweet. Honestly, just like tell people, I don't know, you can.
Okay.
Oh, you know something? Yeah. Buy some jewelry face to face. Yeah. I mean, I would never want you guys to be put in a position where you have to market for us. So we just want to keep more people to wear our jewelry.
We can do that.
And
we can definitely do that.
They like it. Yeah.
And we would
I'll send you stuff. Don't worry.
That's what our podcast is about, is helping out other people, learning about other people, and helping your business grow too, because that's what it's about. So.
Absolutely.
Oh, thanks. Well, this podcast is already enough.
Well, thank you.
So sweet.
We'll blast it everywhere, and I'm gonna buy Kara a matching little chain. I don't know if y'all are still selling them. I think it may have been a Valentine's Day thing, but I'll make you match with me.
So cute.
And we'll tell everybody. I mean, we are talking to people 24/7. That's literally our job. So
no. Oh, hi. We're back.
We're back. It's just us. I think it cut off.
That's okay. She's so great. Can we just finish let's tag her.
Okay.
So we just lost her, but what's her website? Do you know what it is?
So her website is Our Spare Change. I believe you can just find her on Instagram, Facebook. You can really find it anywhere. But yeah, just Our Spare Change, just like it reads. And she's great. Danielle Johnson.
So buy local, shop local, support our podcast. We're here every Wednesday. Lots of fun stuff coming up. Unfortunately, we lost her, but anyways, follow her. So anyways.
Thanks. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff.
Till next time.